in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. But you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people.
So in this video, I just want to share with you some very basic things that I had to master in the market, which has really helped me to be able to take certain setups, repeatedly without even being double-minded about them whenever I see, them playing out. So without wasting much time, let me just jump right into the chat so that I'll be able to explain to you, the kind of things that I mastered, and I believe it's also going to help you going forward. So let's get to it. Very first thing that you need to know is that what moves the market is basically supply and demand, right? Or buyers and sellers. So when we see the price or the market going up like that, it means that we have more buyers than the sellers, right? When we have price just dropping like that, this is the direction of the market. It's just telling us that we have more sellers than the buyers, right? This is very basic thing that you need to understand before anything, right? So what I'm going to talk about is a pattern called the falling wedge or the rising wedge, right? And this is how it looks like. Let's talk about the dynamics of this pattern and what you need to understand whenever you see such a pattern. So this is a reversal pattern, which means when we spot them on an uptrend, it's just a sign that price will drop, right? And then when we spot this pattern as well on a downtrend, is also a sign that the market will go up. So it's a reversal pattern when spotted on an uptrend, and also a reversal pattern when spotted on a downtrend, right? Let's first of all take a look at the rising wedge. Let's say we have price going up like that. We have buyers pushing price to the upside, we pull back, right? We push one more time to the upside, we pull back, pushing to the upside. This is where buyers are pushing price to the upside. There's a pullback, buyers continue the trend, pullback, buyers continue the trend, right? So we have buyers pressure going to the upside, but then we get to a level where we no longer see this kind of movement, right? So we see buyers pushing the price one more time to the upside, but instead of buyers, pushing the price, furthermore, we see this kind of corrective structure, right? So the very moment you see this is what you need to understand, that pressure from the buyers is reducing, right? Because if you compare the amount of pressure that was involved at this level to push price to the upside, that is not the same volume that is trading at this level. So here the buyers have reduced, and this brings us to when buyers are more, price goes up. When sellers are more, price goes down, right? Imagine you took a trade at this level, right? This is just an example. You took a trade at this level, price shot to the upside, and you are in a profit of $1 million, right? And then you look to your left, you realize that price is approaching a very strong resistance. This was a very strong resistance. It has been tested as a resistance and support in the past multiple times, right? You see price approaching that level. What will come to mind is basically price reversing at that level, because you're looking at your left, you can see that there's an area of value or an area where price reacts whenever we get there. When we are above, price use it as a support. When we are below, it's a resistance, right? So looking at this, you will see people basically closing their trade. You obviously close your trade because we are approaching this level. So this is what happens here. The buyers begins to reduce, right? So you can see right here that the amount of buyers involved at this level have now reduced. We have small buyers just pushing the price to the upside like that, and this is a sign that the buyers are reducing, right? So if we had 10 buyers and then just 2 sellers, this means the price obviously going to go up. But at this level, the buyers are reducing, right? It's still a bullish trend, but the pressure of the buyers are reducing. We have now 5, it's still 2. That is why we see price going up like that, and this is a sign that the buyers are leaving the market. So the very moment we see that switch, we see that price pushing to the downside, this means that the sellers have now taken over the market, right? So this is where you see the sellers now coming in to push the price to the downside. So this is what you always need to understand whenever you see such a pattern. And also it's the same thing on the opposite side, right? If I should flip this like that, it's like that, right? So if price is going down, we have sellers pushing the price to the downside. You look to your left, you realize that okay, we are approaching a strong support level. This is where you will see sellers just leaving the market, sellers closing their position and getting ready to buy, because we are approaching a very strong support level, right? So right here you see sellers just leaving the market, and then the very moment we hit that level, you will see buyers coming in, and then this is where you see that the trend will shift from bearish to bullish. So you always have to understand this simple thing that I just narrated to you when it comes to the buyers and sellers involvement in the market. One thing that I also like about this pattern is the fact that we can combine it with an area of value, right? So I just don't want to spot this level at any random place. I also want to look to my left and see that okay, we are approaching a strong area of value. It could be a support level, it could be a resistance level, it could even be a trend line, right? So let's take a look at this rising wedge on the chart. So take a look at the chart. What can you see? It's not even about the name rising wedge. It's not about that. It's just about the price movement, the dynamics of the market, right? So right here you saw that price created a resistance level and then we dropped, right? And then price bounced at a support level, gathered momentum, and then started pushing to the upside impulsively. But when we started approaching this level, the price action started reducing. So if you look at this price action right here, this was a straight impulse. Price just impulse to the upside, but going up, we had price going down, going up, going down like that, right? So this is just a sign that buyers are leaving the market, right? So if you should just connect to this, you can see that there's a rising wedge, and this is a sign that price will just drop, right? So you need to also understand market structure so that you can combine the market structure and also this pattern. So this is what we just looked at. Let's just come here. So this was very recent. This was this week on Tuesday, right? So looking to my left, you can see that this was a resistance. Price respected this level, we dropped. This was a resistance, we dropped, right? So we approached that same level. Let's see how price got there, right? So I'm gonna cut it right here, then we're gonna go down on the lower time frame. So as you can see, price was approaching that resistance level. Let's see how price got there. So looking right here, we had price moving impulsively. If you go down the 15 minutes, just look at the structure, right? So it's not the same. You cannot compare this price action, this impulsive move, to what is happening here, right? This is just a sign that buyers are also leaving the market. So if we should just connect these lines, you know that this is a nice rising wedge pattern that will, you know, surely cause the price to drop, right? As I say, you need to understand market structure as well. If you look at market structure, this is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low structure has been broken. So this is also a sign that price is gonna reverse to the downside. And as you can see, that's exactly what price did. Price dropped like that, you know. So understanding this, you know, nature of the market movement is very, very necessary when it comes to, you know, analyzing the market. Now let's take a look at Euro USD on the daily time frame. So looking at this trend, you can see price was just creating higher highs and higher lows like that, right? This is the daily time frame, right? So when price got here, this level, let me just cut it right here, right? So looking to my left, we want to spot an area of value. Where is price likely to pull back to before going to the upside? I cannot tell unless we focus on price action, but we can draw some areas of value such as the, you know, support and resistance and trend lines and, you know, whatever gaps and anything that you can draw as an area of value, you can just do that. But looking to my left, you can see that this was a nice, you know, resistance level that price reacted at. This was a resistance and price eventually broke out of the resistance. If I should just extend this to my left, right, you can see that the market respected this level right here. So support, resistance, support, support, you know, resistance, support, resistance. So this is a very strong support and resistance level in the market, you know. So the fact that there's an uptrend and price is pulling back towards this level, I just want to see if this is an area where price will eventually push to the upside or price will break down and then continue trading to the downside. So I'll be able to tell by going down on the lower time frame. So let's see how price approach a level, right? You can see price now moved very, very correctively, right? So looking at this impulsive phase and this corrective structure, you cannot tell me that this is the same. This was a sign that sellers are really strong in the market, but when price started, you know, approaching this level, sellers started leaving the market gradually because they knew that we are approaching a very strong level, right? So seeing this kind of pattern in an area of value makes it a very strong confirmation for you to be looking for buying opportunities. So this is a very strong or a very nice falling wedge pattern. So again, you need to add your market structures, focus on market structures and wait for the switch, and then you get in. This will be a very sweet trade. So take a look at this. Price really short to the upside just like that, simply because we're able to identify this, you know, pattern in that area of value that we spotted. So let's take a look at this example as well. This also played out on USD card, right? So USD card price was creating higher highs and higher lows like that, you know, higher high, higher low, and then eventually shot to the upside and then pulled back, right? So looking to my left, I'm able to tell that, okay, this was a very strong resistance and support level. So here market reacted as a resistance, 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 even extending this right here. This was a very strong support level as well, right? So when price shot to the upside and pulled back to this level, obviously we're gonna be expecting price to bounce to the upside because we are on an uptrend. That is the first thing that you need to understand. That is the trend that we are on, right? Can price break below this and then continue going to the downside? Yes, 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 right? But since we are on an uptrend, we just want to see what price will do. If we're gonna get any, you know, pattern or any structure that will tell us that price will reverse at that level, that is all what we are doing, right? So if we should go down the lower time frame, let's go to the 4H time frame. I just want us to focus right here, right? Because this was very recent. So looking at what price did, this was very impulsive and then price started moving very corrective, right? So if I should just connect these lines, the lines are not really important. You don't even need to know how to draw the lines. What you just need to understand is the structure that is approaching that level and also the market structure, you know, that is playing out at that level, right? So looking at the market structure and how we approach there, we impulsively and very corrective, right? And also focusing on this, we saw a double bottom right here, break of the neckline. This would have been a very nice trade simply because we're able to identify these two phases in the market, which told us that price is likely to reverse at that level, right? So that is number one. The second one also played out right here, right? Let's go back to the 4H. If I should just connect my trend lines, right? It's not really important on how to draw the trend lines, but you know, you need to understand market structure as well. What is market structure saying? It's a low, high, price took out these lows, created a new low, price pulled back, we never took out this high, price tried to push to the downside, we never took out this low, right? So we are just stuck in the middle. Then price pulled back. So what price is doing basically is we are just stuck in the middle. So this is still a bearish structure, right? So when price was pulling back, I mean, just drawing your trend lines, you'll be able to tell that, okay, we need to also be looking for selling opportunities. The fact that price is still very bearish, right? So looking at this first touch, second touch, at the third touch level, let's see how price got to that, you know, third touch of the trend line, right? Remember, the trend line is also an area of value. So look at this. Price was moving impulsively, and what did price do? We moved there correctively like that, right? And looking at market structure, what can you see? We were creating higher highs and higher lows. We created a double top. Price took out this low, pulled back, and then shot to the downside, right? So it makes it very, you know, powerful when you understand the movement of the market, you know, in terms of the patterns. So the same can be applied to candlesticks as well. You know, you remember the candlestick is a representation of the buyer or the seller. So when you see, you know, the red candles dropping, this is just a sign that sellers are taking over in the market, right? So this is the same thing that you need to understand when it comes to candlesticks. So imagine we have a strong resistance level right here, right? It's a strong resistance level, and then we have market just dropping. This is a bearish candlestick, right? Let me just do this. Yeah, so we have the market dropping like that. Price is just dropping. This is a bearish candle, another bearish candle, another bearish candle like that. You know, if you should just look at this market, what can you say? You can say that, okay, the sellers, you know, are dominating the market, right? But let's just say we get to this level, this support level, then you see a very small candle like that, right? A very small tiny candle, and then right after this candle you see a big green candle like that. You know, how or what do you understand when you see such a thing? This is basically telling you that, okay, sellers were in the market, we got here, sellers were just contemplating if they will continue trading to the downside, so the pressure of the sellers got reduced right here, and then eventually the buyers took over. There is also something that you need to understand when it comes to candlestick patterns. It's very simple when you understand the market like that, right? So imagine this is happening on the 4H, right? Imagine it's the 4H structure, and on the 15 minutes time frame we have the market doing this. We have this nice impulse, which is this red candles, you know, and then we have the market just moving corrective like that, right? And this corrective phase is this small candle that you can see, right? So understanding the dynamics as well, you know that this is a falling wedge pattern that is likely to break to the upside, right? So if you should go down lower time frame, you wait for the switch, then you get in right here, right? And then you go up to the 4H time frame, and then you realize that, okay, the 4H candle has closed like that. You know, this is even a double confirmation for you, because you got in at the 15 minutes, price short to the upside, you got on the 4H, and the candlestick has also closed like that. You know, these three candlesticks, you know, are even a pattern in the market, right? Cumulatively, this is called the morning star candle, right? So seeing this, seeing that in the market, this gives you, you know, a very, you know, clean or a very strong confirmation that price is likely to push to the upside more. You know, so let's take a look at an example of what I'm talking about. This is Euro USD, right? On daily time frame, we had this strong level of support, and then price got there like that, right? So take a look at this on the 1H, right? So here on the 1H, you can see that price was moving very corrective like that. Even on the 15 minutes, price was very corrective. And then with your understanding of what I just taught you, this is a falling wedge pattern. So if I should just get in right here, right after the switch from bearish to bullish, it's a nice trade, right? Let's see what happened on the 4H, right? So on the 4H right here, take a look at it. You know, on the 4H, you are not seeing this falling wedge, right? You are not seeing any. All you can see is just, you know, red candles. But take a look at this. Take a look at how the 4H closed, right? The 4H closed with an engulfing candle, right? This is a morning star candlestick. So this is even a sign, you know, that price is actually going to shoot to the upside right after seeing such a thing. So if you're a swing trader and you are just trading based on candlestick patterns, this will be your entry. But understanding dynamics, as I just taught you, with the falling wedge and the rising wedge patterns, you'll be able to enter even before this closes. And when this closes like that, this gives you multiple confluence, double confirmation that yes, indeed, price is going to shoot to the upside, right? Look at this as well, right? Let's take a look at this. Let me delete everything, chart to be clean. So take a look at this. This was also a strong resistance. Price broke above and then came to this level, right? So let's see how price also got there. So right here on the 15 minutes time frame, this is what, you know, happened. This was obviously not a falling wedge, but as you can see, this is also a pattern that you are familiar with. This a double bottom pattern, break of the neckline. This will be your entry, right? So just getting in right here will be your entry. So you are getting in at an area of value with this nice reversal pattern, right? This is on the 15 minutes time frame. Let's see on the 4H time frame as well. On the 4H time frame, what can you see based on the candlestick patterns? You can see that we have this bullish engulfing just closing above all these previous bearish candlesticks, right? And understanding your candlestick patterns as well, you'll be able to tell that this is a trade that will obviously push to the upside because of this pattern. So you have double confluences. You have a fall, or you have a double bottom, and also you have a candlestick pattern that is playing out on the higher time frame. So in this video, what I'm basically trying to explain to you is that you need to just understand the very simple basic, you know, structures in the market, such as the candlestick patterns and also the movement or the nature of how the price or the market moves, right? When you are able to approach the market in this simple way, it makes it very simple for you to be able to make a decision in the market without even thinking twice about it. Because when it comes to trading, clarity is very needed. You don't want to be in the market and be double-minded when it comes to the setup, you know. Yeah, so I hope you're able to learn something from this short video. If you did, make sure you subscribe, make sure you just like the video, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace.